Coming up, a review of the book A Forgotten Empire, Vijayanagar, a contribution to the history of India, written by Robert Sewell. Namaste friends, my name is Shinil Subramanian Paimal and you are listening to the Histology podcast. Before I proceed, a full disclosure. This book was bought with my own money and not been provided to me by the publisher. Little bit about the author and a brief description of the book. Quote, first published in 1900, A Forgotten Empire, Vijayanagar, is unbiased research and work on the Vijayanagar Empire by Robert Sewell, a collector and magistrate in Madras Presidency in colonial India. Robert Sewell did extensive work on the history of the Vijayanagar Empire, particularly the fall of Hampi, the empire's capital. Sewell also translated the Vijayanagar Empire as seen by Domingo Paes and Fernão Nunes, which is described as an eyewitness account of the Portuguese travelers to India in the 16th century and report on the Vijayanagar Empire. His other works include Analytical History of India, Eclipses of the Moon in India, Antiquarian Remains in the Presidency of Madras, a sketch of the dynasties of South India, South Indian chronological tables, and the Indian calendar. Unquote. This is a meticulously researched and engaging historical account that resurrects the grandeur and significance of the Vijayanagar Empire, a South Indian kingdom that flourished between the 14th and 16th centuries. First published in 1900, Sewell's book continues to be a valuable resource for understanding the cultural, political and social fabric of South India during the medieval period. His aim is clear, to piece together the story of Vijayanagar, a Hindu empire that stood as a bulwark against Islamic expansion in the Deccan and South India, while also fostering a vibrant cultural and economic life. The book is divided into multiple sections that explore various facets of the empire, from its origins and rise under founders Harihara and Bukka, its zenith under rulers like Krishnadevaraya, and its eventual decline following the catastrophic Battle of Talikota in 1565. Let me quote an extract from page 173, which shows the extent of the destruction of the capital of the Vijayanagar Empire. Quote, the victorious Musalmans had halted on the field of battle for rest and refreshment, but now they had reached the capital, and from that time forward, for a space of 5 months, Vijayanagar knew no rest. The enemy had come to destroy, and they carried out their object relentlessly. They slaughtered the people with no mercy, brought down the temples and palaces, and wreaked such savage vengeance on the abode of the kings that, with the exception of a few great stone-built temples and walls, nothing now remains but a heap of ruins to mark the spot where once the stately buildings stood. They demolished the statues and even succeeded in breaking the limbs of the huge Narasimha monolith. Nothing seemed to escape them. They broke up the pavilion standing on the huge platform from which the kings used to watch the festivals and overthrew all the carved work. They lit huge fires in the magnificently decorated buildings forming the temple of the Vithala Swami near the river and smashed its exquisite stone sculptures. With fire and sword, with crowbars and axes, they carried on day after day their work of destruction. Never perhaps in the history of the world has such havoc been wrought and wrought so suddenly on so splendid a city, teeming with a wealthy and industrious population, in the full plenitude of prosperity one day and on the next seized, pillaged and reduced to ruins, amid scenes of savage massacre and horrors beggaring description. Unquote. One of the book's strengths is Sewell's ability to contextualize Vijayanagar within the broader tapestry of Indian and global history. Sewell relies on both primary sources and archaeological evidence. His extensive research on the remnants of the empire, such as inscriptions, coins and ancient texts, adds credibility and depth to the narrative. However, the book is not without flaws. Sewell's perspective is unmistakably shaped by his colonial background, occasionally leading to Eurocentric biases or an overemphasis on Vijayanagar's interactions with external powers rather than its internal dynamics. It can seem somewhat dated in the context of modern historical research. Despite these limitations, A Forgotten Empire remains a seminal work in the study of South Indian history. Conclusion. Robert Sewell's A Forgotten Empire, Vijayanagar, a contribution to the history of India, is a comprehensive and authoritative account of one of India's most influential yet often overlooked empires. It is a must-read for anyone with an interest in the history of the Indian subcontinent. The book successfully resurrects a lost civilization, blending historical detail with a sense of wonder. It is a testament to the enduring allure of Vijayanagar, a kingdom that, though forgotten for a time, continues to captivate through works like this. I give this book 4.5 out of 5. The book is available in hardcover, paperback and Kindle formats. I have given the respective buy links in the show notes. Please check them out for the latest prices. Last but not the least, thank you for spending your valuable time listening to this book review. Really grateful. Please don't forget to subscribe to the Histology podcast on your favorite podcasting app and also feel free to leave a review. Also, please check histology.com for all previous episodes. Thanks and looking forward to hearing from you. Take care and bye.